That's right.
It's interesting to me that one team, AYAME, has basically kind of gone in with the Stalin, and BN has obviously indicated their preference for Des Moines instead. So, Zath,
Mhm.
I'm going to start us off with the AYAME lineup, and then you can talk to us about Des Moines Central down there.
Fine enough.
All right, AYAME coming to the dance, fielding Ohio and Kremlin for their battleships, double Stalingrad, Moskva, and Venezia for their cruisers, front lines, double Marceau, and a Daring.
Yep. And then meanwhile, over on the Buenos Noches side, we've got Yamato and Ohio this time around. They're not messing around with the battleships anymore.
No.
um,
Give us
and then
all
we've
your 18-inch guns, Zaf. All of them.
that's right. That's right. We've got double Des Moines, Venezia, Nevsky, Daring, Harugumo. So they really do like what they got out of the Harugumo last
Yep.
match.
Yeah, I think they got a lot of good work out of that Harugumo, honestly. The long, crazy smoke screens and the spammy HE, I think it worked really good. Worked really well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Now, one thing that I like about Ayame's lineup that I look over and I don't see on Buenos Noches' lineup, and that is a little bit of response speed. That double Marceau is going to give Ayame the ability to be in places faster. It's that simple. They're going to be able to react faster. You see it now. They're going to drive this Marceau into B. They're going to pick up B. There's literally nothing that Buenos Noches can do about it. And
Mm-hmm.
and then they're going to send a huge amount of firepower to C. We're seeing Stalingrad, Moscow, Kremlin, Venezia, and Marceau all go into C. It seems pretty obvious that the Ohio Daring and maybe even that Stalingrad we're looking at back on the C line, who is that? That's Akira, are basically going to set up to kind of kite. And Buenos Noches looking like they're going to be from a pushing side at A instead.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's going to be, yep, there's that easy first cap, easy second cap coming.
Yep.
The question is Ayame going to be able to capitalize on this and force Buenos Noches to push?
Well, they've got Nico radared in the B cap as he's trying to kind of move around. Nico got a look at the Venezia. Jason, not much doing there. Jason takes a little bit of damage, but nothing major.
Mm-hmm.
Nekomatis Marceau going to pause behind the island until the radar subsides, but his teammates already on to A. That's Siren Gaming. They did get the replay thing working.
Oh, good. John the Impaler's got some Ohio salvo coming in, and he's starting to turn. Oh, just
Literally
short.
nothing. Literally nothing. 100% nothing. That's so funny.
All right, here comes the Death Snail.
Double Marceau is going to give Ayame a nice, solid little lead much before BN really is able to step on any caps here. Siberian Dogs Harugumo. Smoke going up for Zapata's Nevsky, and presumably they're going to push Popular Boar's Des Moines into that same smoke screen to try and keep Ganser honest up here. Ganser actually already well within the radar range of Zapata's Nevsky.
Radar.
But they don't know it yet.
Like radar went up.
Nope, they don't see him. They do not know where Ganser is yet.
Huh.
They were sending a lot of shells downrange on the Ohio. They've even lost sight of him at the moment because Sangheli's behind the island. But as soon as Zapata wants to push his radar button, somebody's radar just went up there. I think it was Zapata's. It is Zapata's. Shell's going out on Ganser now. Ganser trying to avoid getting robocopped early here. Needs to avoid running into an island like he did earlier in the match, I should say. Taking big damage, sailing into torpedoes.
Yeah.
Trying to get away here. If he can survive, he can heal most of it back later on. He does finally escape detection.
Yep. It's going to take a couple more hits for his time.
Sangheli getting into the bottom end of A. That's going to...
Oh, no! He beached.
But they can't see him.
This is... Yeah, but you know what? Doesn't matter. Torps are coming.
We'll see. So about the time that Ayame works out to a 500-point lead, Buenos Noches is going to pick up their first cap of the game here. Almost 5 minutes gone. Ganser's good.
There we go.
But he can't afford to get spotted again. You saw how bad he got beat up, and Siren got absolutely wrecked over at sea for something. He must have taken a Venezia salvo.
Must have been Jezerath just took a big hit too in return. More on the way.
Jason's position, that's John the Pickle, I'm sorry. Where's Jason? There's Jason's Venezia. Okay.
Yeah, he's all the way down south of
He's
sea.
down south of sea. So just as AYAME is very clearly trying to push south through the C cap, BN just as equally trying to push north through the A cap. Everybody kind of rotating clockwise here.
Toilet bowl.
Indeed. But at the moment, AYAME out to a 220-point lead and continuing to climb as they simply own more real estate on the board.
Well, that's what you do with Marceaus or Kleber's. You grab the caps early and force them to push after you.
Well, and it's something that we see, like, there was I forget if it was the last King of the Sea, might have been the one before, but, ooh, big salvos coming in for Reimu. Big hit.
I saw that too.
Big hit on Reimu there. It takes about 15K making the turn in here, trying to get into the channel in between B and C. You know, 07 very commonly had a tournament several events ago where they did this, right? They take 3 destroyers, 1 to each cap. You take the caps you can quickly. You give up the cap that you can't take and hold, and you just slowly build up a big points advantage and force your opponent to respond to you in some fashion. And I love that kind of aggression. It looks like Nekomata is going for a suicide torp run on John the Pickle.
Oh my goodness, yeah, you're right.
I'm not convinced he can pull this off.
Well, not anymore. He looked okay a second ago, but then he took a big chunk, I think, from the Yamato.
He's showing way too much of his ship, and John's got pretty good angles to retreat to. That salvo missed completely. Neko needed that. What is Neko going to do? Is he going to beach?
What is he?
Okay, it's actually going to work, Zath. No, it's not. No, it's not. He only landed 4 of the torps, and it wasn't enough.
Wow.
So, AYAME kind of feeling like they're throwing away a ship early here, even though they still have a cap advantage, down a ship.
I wonder if his other tubes were broken.
That's possible.
On his port side.
It's possible that Des Moines could have either destroyed them or simply knocked them out, and he had to make that turn in order to just get anything on John. Now John's got to deal with Ohio shells coming in. Yeah, there was a good hit from the Ohio.
Mm-hmm. So the sacrifice may not be in vain, but it feels bad. It's still going to take a lot of time. Yeah.
That feels like a really bad trade because you gave up a ship and didn't take another ship off the board, and you really needed to for that, what you were attempting to do there.
Hey, PN won their series, apparently.
All right. Like over a 007.
Yep.
Did they really? Good Lord.
Well, I'm just repeating what somebody said in the chat.
They won game 2. I'm sorry, they won game 3. They're up 2 games to 1.
3. Yeah,
Series is not over yet.
Right, because it's a best of 5.
Indeed, best of 5 now. And I think that might be the confusion. People are still realizing that today is best of 5, unless you're in the losers bracket. Losers bracket is best of 3.
Look at this fire coming out on Akira from this super long death snail. Look how long this is.
Yeah, that's what Sneaky was talking about. You get like an 8.5 kilometer long smoke trail if you pop that Harugumo smoke when it's modded all correctly and everything. But they're not really getting big damage on Akira. They're pushing him back, but he's still got 50,000 HP.
Mm-hmm. But that keeps them farther away so that John the Pickle can live.
They finally do get a fire. 250-point lead for AYAME. Their points continuing to tick up despite the fact that they are down a ship. BN has only 1 ship under real threat. That's John the Pickle's Des Moines south of B. But at the moment, AYAME has no eyes on him. They can't do anything about it.
And Pickle is just chucking AP shell after AP shell at Grey Ghosto's Venezia at super long range.
Yeah. They're bringing Siberian Dog over there to help keep John in the company as well. Oh, no, Siberian's on the cap now. Stalingrad radar goes up to find Siberian. Looks like he's going to pause where the people to his east will not have shells on him. Somebody up north could take a shot. That would have to be Kelvin. Everybody else is too far away.
And Kelvin is shooting at John.
Kelvin is shooting at John. Well, they can see John with the radar active, so I think he figures that's the smarter shot, but he doesn't get anything out of it. Island cover holds.
That's right. Island is 100% armor.
Yep.
Infinite armor.
BN with a very gutsy play here, right in the face of 2 radars, able to drive Siberian Dogs Harugumo into B and flip that cap advantage.
So far I haven't really, aside from that YOLO charge, I haven't really seen anything that I would comment on as like, what are they doing? Why are they doing it, etc. Like both teams are really fighting here.
No, I really like what you can kind of see both teams push into opposite caps, right, and then turn some of their forces to turn this into an east-west fight across the B cap. But it feels to me like right now that advantage really goes to BN. They've got a Des Moines, a Nevsky, and a Yamato in this position, flanked it closer in by John the Pickles Des Moines and Siberian's Harugumo. The AYAME position over here does not feel nearly as good. Grey Ghosto in the back just getting spanked. He's down to 8k. Livnik's Kremlin kind of eating a lot of damage. John the Pickles.
Pickle, though.
Yeah, Pickles just doing amazing work with this island cover.
Yep.
Somehow still alive there.
As the value of the Des Moines, you've got those really nice arc shells, so you can arc things over islands.
Indeed. It really does feel like AYAME needs to get a destroy. The Daring and the Marceau at one point were together almost in the same grid square on the B line. And so we've been talking about the flexibility of moving the Marceau around the map. It doesn't feel like at the moment they're really taking advantage of that.
Look at Time to Metal just out in the open, opening fire right in front of Grey Ghosto's Venezia. Like, okay, here's a Y moment.
Yeah, come at me, bro.
Like,
well, Venezia's reload is so slow, he's only going to get, he didn't even get his guns off. If you time that right, and you open fire and smoke while the Venezia is reloading, he won't have shells to hit you with.
Well, but the thing is, Ghosto actually got one salvo off on metal. They just didn't connect. And that's why I'm saying, like, what a risk you're taking right there,
well, and Livnik is starting to look really bad over there, too, down to under 20k.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
John the Pickle could still be a huge turning point of this game. If they can kill him, they can't even hit him right now. But AYAME's
they're trying to radar him.
AYAME's about to cross 900 points, and that is when it starts to get very, very dicey, because if you lose a single ship, the game can end in seconds. Buenos Noches, to their credit, trying to get Livnik's Kremlin off the board. I think they're going to manage it. Yeah, they're going to get him.
Pickle's getting it.
Yeah, it's going to happen, Zath. They're going to get him. Either this out. Yeah, it's coming right here. Big kill.
A little daring pew pew.
Big kill for Buenos Noches. They're up 2 ships, but they needed those points badly to keep them in the game. The points continuing to narrow. I'm actually legit shocked they haven't driven. This Stalingrad and this Moskva, Kingsman, and Rainbow have been sitting in this channel for like 5 minutes. Why haven't one of them driven into the cap?
Or, come out and try to threaten or something. Absolutely.
Well, they're about to, they've now pushed Syrian into the cap, but that's going to probably prompt a Des Moines radar.
Yep, and look at a Grey Ghosto Beach now. He's kind of stuck taking
even worse.
Venezia Sap
even worse. Zath, look at Kelvin's Ohio.
Kelvin's Ohio.
Way over on the 3-line. Brilliant torps coming in from Sangheli.
Wow.
That's a huge kill. That's a kill that AYAME could not afford to lose, but BN claims it. That's our first lead change of the game as BN goes out in front by about 60 points, but AYAME not completely out.
Nope.
Only 50 points behind, ticking up extra caps, 6.5 minutes to play.
Torp's coming by Pickle, but I think he's fine.
And so now it really is on AYAME to hold. They cannot lose another ship. They cannot lose another ship.
Right. They
must hold these caps. If they can hold these caps, they can still win.
Taylor took 1 torpedo. He's on fire.
They've got to keep.
He's still okay.
They've got to keep Grey Ghosto alive. He's on 5k and trying to run. Radar going up now, looking for Time to Metal. They find him. Siren and Time to Metal are going to be in engagement range in moments. Siren realizing they have to guard the sea cap. 60 seconds now. AYAME desperate to keep BN out of these caps. They cannot afford to let them on the caps. They are going to turn around Time to Metal. Time to Metal taking some damage now. If Siren can kill Time to Metal, that's huge. Absolutely monstrous. Venezia shells miss, and they lose sight of him. They can't see him anymore.
Oh,
but they turned him around, and that's what they needed.
Yep.
Whoop, second radar going up on Time to Metal now. Let's see if they can bag him. If they can bag him, it's going to put the game within seconds of being out.
Here it comes.
Grey
Grey
Ghosto.
Ghosto salvo's coming in.
Grey Ghosto has healed and smoked. He should be safe for a little while longer. There it is.
Oh,
there it is. That's it.
4 seconds.
AYAME is going to hang on by the skin of their fingernails, and they're going to win game 3.
Goodness.
Wow, what a series. Down 3 ships, BN simply waited too late to try and get back into the caps. And I think one of the big things, we commented that not getting John the Pickle off the board being a big play, and yet he was so low, Zath, they couldn't risk pushing him into the cap because he would die if he did.
Right. But you also at the same time, like, if you're gonna make a play like that, you have to get the kill.
Yeah.
Plain and simple. And it doesn't
agree.
matter if the one ship fails, you
I
have
agree.
to catch it up.
Yeah, I agree.
And you have to make up for that.
It's still a huge mistake, right? Like I look at what that was Nico. I look at what Nico Mata was doing, and he was showing so much of the side of his ship coming into that Des Moines, and it was like, man, this feels terrible. You got to give him a better angle than that, man.
Right.
But AYAME literally by their fingernails to the very end, they win game 3.